Hi, welcome to Laura B Gardening. Welcome to my channel. I'm in Southern California, zone 10B, 10A, AB, because I'm right on the borders. And it's twilight, so it's about 7-ish. And I wanted to show you things that are flourishing in my garden right now because of the heat. So we've been about 90 degrees and things that are kind of slowing down and just trying to take a breath during this heat so they can push out their new flush, hopefully for the next couple of weeks. But just wanted to bring you along. I haven't seen you guys for a little while, and I've just been anxious to show you guys how my garden's doing right now. So let me show you right over here. We have the Climbing Edens, and they're finally starting to push out their second flush of blooms. And if you notice, we have a lot of buds, and we're really excited. So everything's really glowing right now and looking really pretty. And I don't know if you guys maybe joined me or didn't, but I did end up doing my Patio garden, and it was a lot of wonderful heart sweat, but it turned out just beautifully. I did end up putting the boxwoods, like I told you guys, along the edge, so I can't wait for those to grow so I could really shape it up. And I did do the gravel, and I was a little hesitant on the gravel because if you guys remember, I was kind of really sinking into the gravel, but I think I'm loving it because it's finally starting to settle. I should have like tampered down, I think. I was kind of lazy, so we didn't do it, but I could finally feel the rock starting to the gravel starting to get settled, and it's not so much give every time you step. It's been a lot of fun just hearing the crunchiness of the gravel that I told you guys I love. It's also like I guess an ASMR, so it's a kind of a soothing sound. So I do love that, but I am going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you, there is one bad thing. My dogs. So my dogs, when they run around here, they all the gravel goes everywhere. So I am constantly having to pick up gravel. Sometimes I leave it, but it's quite a bit. So that's the only drawback. I didn't think about it, but they love to run around the garden, and there's gravel flying everywhere. So that's the only kind of a drawback. But besides that, they love it. I love it. They lay down on the gravel. I think they like the warmth of it. But it's been really fun. This Wilma lemon cypress actually has loved it here. I think she just put out a couple of more inches. She like took off. I had her against the little patio, and she was against the wall. I know she was getting some more brown spots, but she like loved, I think, just that 24-hour, well, not 24 hours, that full sun on all directions of the cypress. She's happy. So it's been really pretty just to see this focal point right in the middle, this little baby parterre garden. But I love the look. I love the vignette that is all set up here with my little girl with her balloon. And at night, I have a little spotlight on her, so it really just shines on her, and it just looks really sweet and pretty here. I haven't planted this. It's these beautiful sun-seeking. I think these are green apple. Um, oh my goodness. Oh my god. I am throwing a blank. Yeah, echinacea. Thank you. It's just been a really busy couple of weeks, so I've been meaning to put those down here because they kind of go with this scheme. They kind of the lemon color, the green, the chartreuse. So I'm going to be planting those there. I got some salmon, Sunseeker salmon echinaceas. Those I'm going to be putting, not sure exactly where, but I'm going to be maybe flanking either side of that little walkway. But that's what I'm planning to do, kind of keeping it with the pink, with that snow bush right there. So that's really pretty. And look at how she's glowing. Isn't that gorgeous? And then the mandevilla in the back, the climbing mandevilla. Could you see that, Jade? Look at that. She's in full bloom, and I haven't done much with her. I needed to put another trellis or something, but she's doing fine, so I'm happy. And over here, right behind you, Jade, I wanted to just show you, just so you guys kind of see what's happening. So next, you guys could see different steps of my garden. So like I said, it's really quiet because it's been in the 90s. So my dahlias have some blooms that are ready to open up. Spider web, really sticky spider web. And they were full earlier, about a week ago. So I've been clipping them, been cutting them, putting them in my home as little bouquets, and they've been really sweet and pretty. And then I have this one too, and she was in full bloom last week. I've cut a lot of the dead blooms, but she's still really, I mean, just those colors are really pretty. The pansies, finally, I'm ready to pull those out. I pulled a lot out. They're kind of laying flat. They're not doing good anymore, and don't blame them because it's been in the 90s for quite a while now. So I am going to be pulling those out. And then the zinnias. Oh, let me show you my zinnias. These are the first time that I started anything from seed, guys, because I've never have done seeds. I was always really intimidated because I always felt like there was a science behind it, and I always hear everybody talking about seeds, you know, getting your seedlings going and greenhouses. I'm like, well, I guess my whole, you know, where I'm at is a greenhouse because we really never have cold. But I was always really intimidated. But this time, saw a lot of people saying zinnias are really easy to grow. So I'm like, okay, I'll see how it is. But they're doing great. So let me show you. I'm really excited. And now that kind of like gave me that itch to start growing more zinnias and more varieties. So please forgive me. I don't remember exactly which ones are which, but I have cupcakes, zinnias cupcakes, and the zinnias lilac. And in the back, we had some beautiful zinnia salmon that came up, and kind of misplaced her because she's really short. And these on the front are about, I'm saying about 4 feet tall, these little girls right up here. But they're really pretty. I know if you keep cutting them, they keep giving you. So I keep cutting and put little vases around the house of zinnias everywhere. I love how this is just so unique to me because, again, I've never really grown this type of zinnia, is all the tiny little florets right around, right in the middle of that flower. Look at that. That is just absolutely gorgeous. My limelights were beautiful. Look at them. They are burning a little bit, but they're actually really older blooms, so they're doing really good. It's been really hot, and the shade garden's holding up really well. I'm really happy about that. And then I have the polar bear zinnia back here too. And that was the one I started from the seed. I thought these said they were supposed to be about like 4 inches in diameter. I don't think that's 4 inches. You see that? And then I started that one. That's a hollyhock from seed. And I thought she was going to get more sun. I don't think she's getting enough sun. So I'm having kind of, that one's really far behind. I was hoping she'd be about this tall because I think she grows about 7 feet tall. But learning lesson on doing seeds. Obviously, that was a wrong placement because she hasn't really grown at all. She's still at about like, what is it, about 12 inches, and she's been really slow growing. So I'm hoping maybe in a month, maybe, who knows, she'll take off and just go up to her 7 feet and just provide those beautiful, it was kind of a, I think it was a bridal bouquet. So it was like a double petal hollyhock. And then the honeysuckle, the gold flame honeysuckle. I've not yet gotten the trellis. Like I've told you guys, it's been a busy month, but they're actually really starting to put new shoots up or out with new flowers. Look at that. And I see the hummingbirds right in the middle. So they're doing really, really good. Excuse me. Um, and then of course, all those beautiful hummingbirds come right over here. And I didn't know hummingbirds liked Rose of Sharon's, but I see them in the Rose of Sharon. She's kind of getting on her second flush. She has a lot of dieback right now, but you can see all the buttons that she's going to be in another week or so, hopefully, pushing out new blooms again. So it's been really exciting about all those blooms there with the lilac Rose of Sharon. And then something that we have done a lot is actually harvested a lot of blackberries for our breakfast. And I'm pretty surprised. I think there's a post that I have that actually I'm holding a handful. And I'm just really excited because I've never grown any kind of berries. And some of these berries and some of these blueberries in here, see, these are all the blackberries. And then I have like, those are the only blueberries I have on this little bush. But you guys, I've never been able to grow any fruits at all. So in fact, one of those blueberry bushes, I think I got it when my daughter was 10 years old, and it still hasn't died. It hasn't provided any fruit, but I was always hopeful, and here I am 10 years later, and I think it's finally starting to grow some fruit. So it's been really exciting to see all her growth. And then, do you guys remember when I cut down the Sally Holmes climbing rose? Look at all the growth that she's put out. It has been amazing. Of course, I do have to, tie her down or tie her on the trellis. So she is just really happy and has honestly just blown up in this area. She loves all the sun, all the water she's getting, and I've just been really pleased of how well a performer she is. Um, I did learn something. So my husband and I had a debate going, and I want to show you guys. Maybe you could come over here, Jade. So my husband would have those little green ties that are like kind of the ones that you find like at the maybe the old fashioned. Well, when you go to the grocery store and you tie your produce bags, those green ties. Well, they sell those also for your plants to tie down, your roses or whatever else. And so we would always have like just a debate. Of like, I'm like, those are not good. You're gonna hurt the roses. And he's like, no, they'll be fine. So I started using these. Right? They're kind of. I don't tie it so tight, and they're very foamy. They're soft. I give them breathable room. But I did find on my climbing Edens, on the other ones, right over there, that they were actually, it was really sad. They were starting to get choked out by those little metal with the green plastic ties. Don't use those because they're really bad. I actually started seeing kind of a swelling of the branch where it was being like totally choked out, and it was really sad because I think I took a whole handful of those ties out. So try not to use those ties, and if you do, give it ample room for those branches to really grow and not choke them out, because that will damage your rose. So that's something I learned. Also, what I learned this year with how to tie the roses the correct way. But that's what we've been up to. I know it's a very short video, but I just wanted to show you how everything is doing. Um, all the different plants. Some are still quiet, and I don't want to trip on that. Those are my hose guards that I almost tripped on. But everything's really quiet, ready to hopefully, just catch up with the heat and, just start blooming again once it cools down a little bit. But otherwise, they've been doing really good. I'm happy. I feel very it's just a really beautiful evening, and I just wanted to bring you guys out so you guys just could see what I'm doing and how my garden is doing during this heat. Well, I hope that brings you a lot of happiness as it brings me. And thank you, my friends, once again for joining me. Thank you for being patient with me not putting out the videos. I'm sorry, just life caught me, and I kind of was on that train. I had to hop off that train and just kind of really, come back to the things that I love. And I love just hearing all your wonderful comments. It brings me so much joy. And thank you for coming on this journey with me. And have a wonderful evening, my friends. Bye.